Hey lifers, hello everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope it will be very much informative. First and foremost, if you are new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. Click the notification button so that you'll be informed each and every time I post a new video. And again, to my sweetheart, to the returning subscribers, thank you so much, good people, for the love and support. I truly appreciate it. Well, today's video is about what you see on the description, and it's a very sensitive topic, but I want us to take things easy so that we are going to be able to digest the information and put it into practice. Simple and very easy. Okay, before I get into it, because I have 4 ways in which I need you to follow them from 1 to number 4 and do as I say in order for you to be able to forgive. Let's just go back a little bit. What is forgiveness? Forgive myself. We are talking about letting go of the resentment, of the anger in you. How do you then go about doing that? You don't have to be loitering around telling everyone what made you angry, why you're angry, but you need to uncover. That is number 1. What do I mean by uncover? Sit down with yourself. Do a thorough self-introspection. Be honest to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Uncover the whole shenanigans of what really transpired for you to be angry. What led to your anger? Why are you even angry at those people? Why can't you forgive those people? Uncover. Think of all that. Put everything on the table, nothing aside. Because I honestly do not believe in forgiving and forgetting. Why am I saying that? In my own opinion, forgiving is remembering the pain, but without pain. I hope you got that. Forgiveness or forgiving is remembering the pain without pain. But if you haven't forgave, you remember the pain with the pains as raw as they are. Number 2, you then need, at times, in most cases, if you are angry about someone, this implies more. You need to reconcile. What do I mean by reconciling? Sitting with the perpetrator as you have been victimized. Sit with the person who made you angry. Sit with the person whom you cannot forgive. Talk to that person. If, unfortunately, that person has passed on, or you cannot be able to talk to that person for whatsoever the reason is, sit down with yourself once again. That is where now the actual forgiving comes. You know, when you are alone and you are telling yourself that I need to forgive Pamela, for instance, but I cannot call Pamela and tell her how angry I am, or Pamela has passed on. How do I then forgive Pamela if Pamela is no more? That is the most simplest one. It's normally hard if someone is still alive and you cannot still dare see that person or sit next to that person for that matter. So now what is it that you have to do? Sit down with yourself, whether the person is there or not. Heal. That's where the healing process starts. You cannot say I have fully forgiven so and so if you haven't healed. You might have been molested in your process of growing up. You might have been raped. You don't even know who raped you. You might know who raped you, still alive or not. But heal. You might have done number of embarrassing things for whatever the reason is. Maybe you became a prostitute. Maybe you sold someone's belonging. Maybe it's an asset for that matter. Or you lied, a miserable lie, you know, which led to whatsoever. Or someone did that to you. You know, how do you then forgive that person? Tell yourself the truth. Uncover everything about it. I remember this is what happened, and this is the reason why this happened. Maybe this is why it happened also. How do you then reconcile with your own self if you have no one to reconcile with? Reconciliation is very important because it's the only weapon you are going to be able to use in your healing process. Number 3, decide. You have uncovered every element that made you angry. You have uncovered everything that transpired. Number 2, you have decided to sit down with yourself and tell yourself the truth. you have decided to reconcile with yourself, you've decided to reconcile with the perpetrator or with the person who victimized you as you're the victim, or that person is late, then you sit down with yourself, like I've said, and then you talk to yourself. That's where you actually do a thorough self-introspection. Am I not wasting my time? How can I be angry to someone who's late? You know, am I not wasting my time? How can I not be talking to my neighbor about such a minor thing, or even if it's big, you know? But we are here as living human beings and we need each other. You might not now, but in a later stage, you might. After uncovering, like I've said, guys, do sit down with yourself, talk to yourself, do it very much often. That's the only weapon you can use at all times to fight anything, whether it's stress, depression, anger, whatever you are facing. Sit down with yourself, reconcile with yourself, talk to yourself. And then lastly, after you have decided, I have uncovered this and this and this, and I've spoke to myself, the inner me is saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have decided to forgive this person. But then what does forgiveness mean? Now I'm going to be able to remember the pain without paying. That means you're fully forgiven yourself or the other person. Even if you happen to see that person, you can even be able to greet with a smile and ask, how have you been? How's your day? You know, reconciling with yourself. You might not always be able to meet up with those people who wronged you, but letting the resentment go, that's the only way that is going to help you. Some might say, oh my goodness, Pam, you don't understand how painful this is. You don't understand. Really, I was victimized. I was honest in this case. That's exactly what you need to do. Sit down with yourself, tell yourself the truth if you're not able to tell the other. Even in the process of reconciling, whether you sit down with the person who wronged you and you feel like you need to tell this person that I really didn't deserve this. How did you go about hurting me this much? If it's your parent also, the manner in which you present your anger is very, very important. Even if it's not a parent but an elder, you need to be respectful at all times. At all times. And then decide. I am deciding to forgive the person who raped me because I cannot take back the past. But instead, I want to live a free life. And I want to enjoy my life and I want to experience more. Because if I keep on letting the resentment in my life, I'm not going to be able to enjoy my life. I'm always going to be frightened. Yes, you cannot at times take that away, but the only way for you to be able to live your life freely and happily is forgiving that person, forgiving yourself, more especially forgiving the inner you, the person that is inside you. That is the only strongest person in the world. The person that tells you, your conscious, that tells you everything about anything. You need to sit down with that person. Let that person lead your forgiving way. If you want your path to be clear, and if you want to start seeing God doing wonders in your life, because God looks at the heart. I normally say the inner you is your heart. So as soon as you start being able to connect, communicate, and plan with the inner you, right now I want to forgive this person, but how do I go about doing it? Start deciding on that. After you've decided that, where you know exactly that you have healed, but feeling or knowing you have healed, it can be also the starting point of healing. Healing takes time. Healing is gradual. And things of God, they take time. Because God's time is the perfect time. So when you are healing, that's where God intervenes. How amazingly so. When you have decided, when you've sat down and spoke to yourself or to the person who wronged you, not that God is not there, He's there. But when you have decided to forgive someone, God looks at the heart and God intervenes. And you are going to undergo your healing process with God, which is going to make everything easy and possible. How nice. It's very easy. It might sound hard or undoable for that matter, but sit down with yourself and do it. Once again, do not forget to like and comment on the video. Give it a thumbs up if you like the content, and also share the video. Thank you so much for your time and patience. In my own opinion, forgiveness is remembering without pain. Bye.